I'm gonna launch 2 new YouTube series. 2 new YouTube what? What do you call them? Keto Coffee with Jason and Hey Jason. Series. 2 new YouTube series. Series. 2 new YouTube series. What's up guys? Good to see you and welcome to the video. Listen, I'm gonna launch 2 new YouTube series on this channel. The first one is the one you're watching now called Hey Jason. Every single week I'm gonna take your questions and answer them. When you wanna submit your questions, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll put something in my IG story where you can submit the questions and I will answer them here. This is good keto coffee. The next series is something I'm very, very excited about. That is gonna be called Keto Coffee with Jason. So each week I'm gonna have an influential guest come join me for Keto Coffee. We're gonna talk about their life, we're gonna learn new information, we're gonna share stories together, we're gonna actually do it live for you guys to watch. More details about this are gonna be coming up soon. Make sure you go check out ketoquest.com. If you have any guest suggestions, people you wanna see me have keto coffee with, let me know in the comment section below. Hey Jason, how did you become so lean? All right, so I have to be honest, I'm kind of a genetic freak. I've been lean my entire life. I've always been able to put muscle on very quickly and easily, I should say. I am what's called being insulin sensitive, which is the opposite of being insulin resistant. It's just one of those genetic things you're born with. So what that means is I am able to eat more carbohydrates without getting fat, okay? And whereas most people, when they eat carbohydrates, they gain weight pretty quickly. That's not to say that if I eat carbohydrates, my body fat won't go up. It's just to say I'm never gonna get like fat. And so I've always kind of been blessed with that. But I'm very active, so I do weight train almost every single day. I keep my diet very, very clean. Obviously, I do the ketogenic diet, but I don't really eat a lot of processed foods. I stay away from sugar, alcohols. I stay away from artificial sweeteners. I stick to good, clean, single ingredient whole foods. I find that's the best way to stay lean and feel good. I eat a lot of steak and eggs and avocados and nuts and seeds and cheese, green leafy vegetables, butter, coconut oil, things like that. And I just stick with the basics. One of the reasons why I love the ketogenic diet so much is it allows me to stay lean year round. Before I found the ketogenic diet, I was just carb restricting. So I was just low carb. I did low carb, I did carb backloading, but I had no energy and it wasn't sustainable. That's why I switched to keto, is because it allowed me to stay lean forever, which is important for a guy like me in the fitness industry. When a sponsor can call you at any time and say, let's do a photo shoot, you need to be ready. But it allowed me to stay lean year round and have energy, enough energy to where my wife and kids enjoy being around me. You making pizza, bro?
Wanna see how big it is?
Yeah, hey, we gotta do a quick little intermission. Keto Chef Max is back here making keto pizza. Holy cow, man. Look at that. We actually just launched our keto flatbread for National Pizza Day. So if you guys haven't watched that video, make sure you do. So I'm gonna save me some pieces for after the Hey Jason.
This is just from me, dude.
What? Hey Jason, if you had to choose only one workout move and one healthy snack, which would it be? That's a tough one. I gotta go with the cable fly, all right? The reason I love flies, I actually enjoy doing flies for chest more than I do presses. Whenever I do presses, I feel like I take too much shoulder into the movement. When I do flies, I'm really able to concentrate and focus on building a chest. Also with cable flies, you can do a lot of different variations. You can change the angle, which is very important when it comes to developing muscle, is switching the angle, hitting it from different sides. You can also pull a bench up and do bench flies. There's just so many variations, and if I had to choose just one exercise, it would be the cable chest fly for sure. As far as my keto snack, I got to admit, I'm gonna let Max guess this. What is it?
Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds.
Yay! You got it. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds mixed together. Make sure you get the salted version. I love them, and I even got Paxton hooked on them. Hey Jason, do you take exogenous ketones? That's a good question that I get a lot. The answer is no, I do not take exogenous ketones. Whether I'm a believer in them or not I'm kind of confused on the matter. I just want to make one thing clear to everybody. If you are using or thinking about using exogenous ketones to help you burn more fat, that's a myth. It's not true. Don't believe the marketing. It will not help you. Indeed, you want your body to burn its own endogenous ketones other than exogenous ketones. However, there is some research that shows that it can help you get out of keto flu when you first start, which is obviously a benefit, but not 100% necessary. And there is some research that says you get performance enhancing benefits while working out. That is where I have tried to use exogenous ketones before. It wasn't really enough of a difference for me to really say, yeah, this is great. I'm going to spend all this money because exogenous ketones are expensive. So I guess the risk to reward for the athletic performance was not there. In fact, when I created Keto Pump, which by the way is the best keto pre-workout on the market, they asked me if I wanted to put exogenous ketones in that. Instead of exogenous ketones, I opted for MCTC8 powder. So if you guys want, you can go pick up that right now. Link's going to be in the description below. Make sure you use the code KetoQuest to save 30% off. When you get it, let me know so I can see how you like it. Hey Jason, how do you track at restaurants when you can't find the food? Good question. If you guys are following the KetoQuest Success Program, you know how I feel about tracking. Very important in the beginning. You don't want to let it become too stressful because this is all about your long-term journey. And stressing about tracking can really just kind of take you down, especially when you're at restaurants. My philosophy when I go to restaurants is I just do the best that I can ordering keto food. I don't even stress about tracking it at all. Sometimes if it's easy to track, like if I just get, I go to Cracker Barrel and I get eggs and bacon and some sausage, I can track that. But it becomes difficult when you get things like Cobb salads. Like, how are you gonna know how much stuff is in Cobb salads? Instead of stressing about it, and God forbid, you're with somebody else at the restaurant and you're sitting here trying to log every single ingredient of a Cobb salad, I mean, you'll never go to lunch with that person again, I promise you that. So my rule is, personally, I just do the best I can to keep it keto. And I'm proud of myself and I don't really let it bother me in terms of tracking for that day. Because at the end of the day, it's just about conquering the carbs and finding the fat. So just do the best you can when you're at the restaurant. Hey Jason, I don't eat pork. Can I still do keto? Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be a lot easier than you think. You can eat red meat, you can eat eggs, you can eat avocados, macadamia nuts, green leafy vegetables. Really incorporate oils, so olive oil, macadamia nut oil, avocado oil, MCT oil, coconut oil. Use a lot of these oils to kind of help you boost the fat up. I could easily myself do keto without pork. And to be honest, I don't really eat much pork personally. I know bacon's like the cool thing to talk about on keto, but I don't really eat bacon that much unless Keto Chef Max makes it. I don't eat pork tenderloin that much either. I always stick to the red meat and the eggs. Also, one other thing is incorporate fish, salmon especially. Hey Jason, how much water do you drink every day? My rule is I drink water until I notice my pee is clear. If my pee is dark yellow, I know that I'm dehydrated. If I think I'm thirsty, I know it's too late. I should have been drinking water. The body has its own way of kind of regulating when you need water and how much. A general rule is just drink water. I mean, I feel like there's more of a risk in not drinking enough water than too much water. It's one of those things that you have to consciously think about though. And interestingly enough, I get asked this question a lot on podcasts because, I've been on the cover of Iron Man magazine. I'm this big fitness guy and I know all these crazy advanced things. And at the end of these podcasts, they always ask, what's the one thing that you'll tell everybody, like the biggest piece of advice you have to give people? And I know the person asking the question is expecting some big, crazy, scientific, in-depth answer. And my answer is always this: drink more water. It's just the easiest thing to get the biggest reward, but unfortunately, it's also the easiest thing to forget. I like this one. Hey Jason, total carbs or net carbs? So first I want to say, make sure you guys go sign up for ketoquest.com. We have the best, most in-depth program you are ever going to find. I promise you. And it's 100% completely free. So to answer your question, I follow total carbohydrates. My rule is 50 grams total carbs or less. I very much am against tracking net carbs. That is a marketing tactic used by big food companies to kind of convince you that you can eat their junk food, sometimes keto junk food. For example, Quest bars say 4 grams net carbs, and I'm friends with the owner of Quest. No love lost here whatsoever. But if you really think if you're tracking net carbs and you can eat 5 Quest bars a day because they only have 4 grams net carbs, I promise you you're mistaken. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you stay below 50 grams total carbohydrates, I guarantee you will stay in ketosis, you will lose fat, you will have energy, and the best part is you don't have to do math. I hate math.
All right.
This is a good one. Hey Jason, do you still have a carb day? No, I don't. For those of you who maybe are just following me for the first time, when I first started the ketogenic diet, I launched, this was years ago by the way, I launched a program called Keto Cycle. That was a cyclical ketogenic diet approach. My belief, because it was so new and so long ago, was that I had to give people a scheduled cheat day. Actually, Keto Cycle was a full cheat day. And what actually ended up happening was, yes, some people got results, but most people, they started keto, they went 2 weeks, and they took their recommended cheat day and completely lost it. They were like in the gutter. It was like a drug addict overdosed, and I wasn't ready for the backlash. Even myself personally, I was adapting. I was finding that having cheat meals and cheat days were making me feel bad the next day, and I really enjoyed staying in ketosis. So I do not have a carb day ever. Like, I never have this like scheduled, I'm gonna go destroy myself and eat all the carbs I want day. A lot of people think that by having a carb day like that, you can build muscle easier, and that's what made me start it in the first place. It's actually the opposite. I promise you, having a carb day and saying I'm just replenishing muscle glycogen, you're not gonna be much stronger the next day. You're just gonna hold a lot of water. It's gonna be for naught, I promise you. My theory, the way I approach it is, I earn my cheat meals, okay? And I don't schedule them at all. I think that's very unhealthy to schedule cheat meals. You go as long as you can on the ketogenic diet, staying true to why you started. You just march and march and march and march and do the best you can. When life deals you a situation where it's just like, hey, I can just have a cheat meal, like a birthday party, have your cheat meal. The most important thing is what you do after the cheat meal. But after the cheat meal, you just go again as long as you possibly can, okay? And that's kind of the name of the game. It's the way to make this a lifestyle. Hey Jason, what camera do you use? So this is a Canon M50. I just recently purchased this. I absolutely love it. I went from a Canon G7X Mark II, which is a really small camera, to this bad boy, mainly because it has a microphone shoe here that you can plug in. Audio is very important on YouTube if you didn't know that. This microphone here cost $100. It's the Rode Video Mic Go. This Canon M50 I believe costs around $650 to $700. This tripod right here is from a company called Photo Pro, F-O-T-O-P-R-O. This screen right here kind of articulates and turns like that. It's very, very lightweight, and I love it. Hey Jason, how much do you weigh? I currently weigh 153 pounds. I absolutely hate the scale. I'm a former wrestler. Anytime I step on the scale, I want to puke. Also, the scale is not your friend, it is your worst enemy. In the beginning, it tricks you into thinking it's your friend because you're gonna get results very fast, but then it turns its back on you and makes you feel like you don't have any progress whatsoever. The scale is a liar. You saved me some of that pizza, right? All right, thanks, bro. Hey, Jason, do you measure ketones? So I don't normally check ketone levels only once a week, which if you're a part of Keto Quest, you know every single Wednesday, first thing in the morning, we all check our ketones. If you're measuring with blood, that is the most accurate way of doing things. I don't like the breathalyzer. I've had what's called the ketonics before. It's a device you breathe in and measures the level of acetone in your breath. I found that just as unreliable as the pee strips. I feel like measuring ketones can be very addicting. Let's see here. Anywhere from 0.5 to 3.5, and I'm a happy camper. Let's see where we're at. .1. Good enough for me. Keto on, baby. All right, guys, I got to get back to work now. So listen, for the next week's Hey Jason segment, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Ask your question when I announce it in my Instagram story. As always, keep up the good work. God bless you and much love.